Daniel Jones.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yoished in them is what they say. Justin, can you finally admit Daniel Jones is not the guy?
He's been horrible, bro. He's he, he has been horrible. I mean, but even more so than him being horrible, the whole team has been horrible. Yeah, so it's tough because I'd watch some of these games and I'm just one. He holds onto the ball too long. He locks in on reads for far too long. He doesn't look to push the ball downfield. It's left and right the whole time. Uh, that Seahawks game, I actually thought they had a chance to come back for a little bit. I
There
think it
was
was
a chance, Justin.
yeah.
When
I
he
thought
threw that
I
pick
think it was
six,
that
they
was
were
it.
down 14 to
Yeah.
3 at the 8-yard line, ready to go in for a score, and they can cut it to a one-score game. They're probably going to go for 2 to try to cut it
Mhm.
to 11 to 14. But one score, that's right there. You can't make that mistake, and that's what I'm talking about with Daniel Jones. And
That was sucking the life out of it out of that
yeah,
offense.
because everybody's freaking staying up late on freaking a Monday night, right? And we're like, oh, the Giants are gonna. It's the end of the third quarter. They have 2 minutes left in the third. We got
Mhm.
the whole fourth quarter. They score here. Okay, we've got a game, and then it's like, oh, yep,
Yep.
and that is the game right there. And
Yep.
that's all, folks.
Listen. Then again, okay. So much like the Patriots, he's been dealt a bad hand in at least two of the games where he had to go up against San Francisco and Dallas. That's fine. So I gave him the pass in the Dallas game because they just had zero protection. In San Francisco, he didn't look nearly as bad as he did against Dallas, at least in that first half. It looked like it could be something somewhat competitive. Didn't end up being that. The defense was too stifling. They had no explosiveness. They refused to use Jalen Hyatt, and it's just that's the tough part. Against Arizona, if they would have lost that game and they never had that comeback, we'd be. I mean, still they're 1-3, but they should be 0-4 this team.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones, I think it was Shannon Sharp that said he calls him Danny Crimes because he's stealing money from the Giants right now.
Oh.
I'm I've been a Daniel Jones guy, a believer in his dual threat ability where he can run and he can throw, but it comes down to like that Zach Wilson thing where it's all in the head, man. It's all in the head. If you can't come down and be a smart quarterback and make the smart reads and the smart decisions, then dude, your time in the NFL is going to be cut short pretty soon. And it's a real shame because there is a ton of potential there too. It's not like he's supposed to be ass. He actually has the capabilities to actually be a solid quarterback in the NFL. But it also comes back to weapons, protection. But for him, it's decision making because even though you got these receivers, you can still make the right decisions.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, Justin, we got and listen, I understand, the injuries and the breadth of weapons, right? But at the end of the day, we got to stop blaming everything else and look at Daniel Jones because I was told by multiple people, you included, the Giants got better this offseason. Like they made improvements. And that's why people expected, like you, to them to be 10-7 and make the playoffs and make a little bit more of a jump this year.
Mm.
And I emphatically said, I don't know what you guys are looking at because I don't see that they got better. Okay, you added Darren Waller. Like I said, they don't know how to use Darren Waller. That has more to do with Brian Daboll. I don't know what's going on. You don't know how to use Darren Waller. That he's healthy. This guy we've seen can be a top 3, top 4 tight end in the league,
Hmm.
and you're just, I don't know what's going on. Um, listen, I'm gonna say this. He's a good, tough dude. Daniel Jones is, right. I don't think anybody's taking that away. He's gonna give you everything he's got. He's gonna fight. But he is who we knew him to be for the first 3 years of his career, Justin. For the first 3 years of his career, we knew and everybody knew him to be. He's not that guy. He's a bust. He's gonna end up being a backup quarterback. It's just a matter of time. Brian Daboll came in and Brian Daboll saved his career. He
No, he
did.
definitely did. Definitely
100% did. Came in and revitalized this guy. And also, Daniel Jones was playing on a contract year. We forget about that. So he was playing a little bit more out of his
inspired.
mind and more focused and driven to want to get that contract extension. Everything's perfect. You can't get paid $92 million guaranteed. And at the time, when he signed that contract, it made him a top 10 paid quarterback. 92 million guaranteed. You can't do that coming off your best year and shit the bed consistently this year. That can't happen. That's a no-go.
But the thing is also, Brandon, he's getting absolutely. Is he the most sacked quarterback in the NFL so far this year?
He probably could be. I mean,
I think
obviously after that Seahawks game, probably he got sacked
10
11 times.
sacks. Sacked 10
But
times.
Justin, we just talked about they had a chance to cut it to a one-score game
And
even
he
with
made a
that, and
horrible
he made the
decision.
mistake.
Yes,
He threw it
absolutely.
straight to the defender.
That was a bad read. I know completely. I'm not trying to excuse
That
anything.
can't.
I'm
I
just saying
understand. Again, I understand the hell. But again, let me get to this point.
7
Listen,
sacks in week 1.
we have
10 sacks in
freaking
week
seen
4.
now over his career, 5-year career, with Saquon and without. And let me give you the numbers. With Saquon Barkley, this is Daniel Jones. A 90 passer rating, 7,939 passing yards, 44 touchdowns, 19 interceptions in 36 games. Right? That's pretty good. Without Saquon Barkley, this is Daniel Jones. A 76.2 passer rating, 4,108 yards, 16 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. 20 interceptions in 21 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's Daniel Jones without. You paid the wrong freaking guy, Giants. The money you gave to Daniel Jones should have went to Saquon Barkley because he was the real deal. See, now
Saquon's
you're
not on the
locked
field.
into Daniel Jones for another year, right? I think they have an out in 2 years. You're locked in for now. You owe him 92 guaranteed off the bat. That's what you owe him. You're done. You messed up. Why? You know why Brian Daboll was so pissed throwing that tablet on the floor? Because this guy vouched for Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
This guy said to the front office, yeah, he deserves his money. He's earned his money. I can make him a better guy. Guess what? He got paid. Justin, they're playing him like a top 10 paid quarterback, and he's not handling the pressure. He can't. We have seen, I was told that Daniel Jones at his best could be a top 10 quarterback. I was told this.
I know I didn't say that.
Okay. But I was told this. People believe this guy could be a pretty damn good quarterback. People said he could be right outside top 10. I think you were saying he could be right outside top 10.
Let's say he could be a top 15 quarterback.
Okay. If you can do that, you should be able to overcome certain things. And I know the offensive line is terrible. We've seen players overcome these things.
Yeah,
and if you're going to get paid that way, you have to be able to do that.
10 sacks is a little much, Brandon.
That's okay. That's fine, but still, like I saw you come back from a 20 to 0 deficit.
He did.
So I just against a shitty team. So I've seen you do that, but you can't do this. Again, I'm going to say it. Last thing. That Vikings game was arguably the worst thing to happen to the New York Giants and Daniel Jones because he played his best game of his entire career. He balled out of his mind, and that is what got him paid. And that is what is going to strap the New York Giants with Daniel Jones for the next 2 years. And that is your quarterback. And now you're going to be stuck you're not even really a mid team. Like the Patriots and Steelers are better than the Giants. I think clearly are.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are like a step below that mid team. Like they're not the worst team in the NFL, but they're a right below mid team.
If they continue this, they'll be close.
Yeah. But yeah, that wraps up the Daniel Jones. And I do believe they are the worst team in the NFC East, by the way. The New York Giants are the worst team in the NFC East. I mean, the Washington Commanders, Sam Howell's playing much better football than Daniel Jones.
I don't think the Giants take the Eagles to the brink like that.
No.